Okay, I had some intruders that didn't listen, but I'm back. I hate that I had to cut you off. Now back to Artist in Excel. Um, you wanted to change the color of your hair, your tips. Yes, it's very possible. You can, depending on what color you've done them, unless you've rinsed the black and then you've made it a permanent black, you you can color again. You can rinse again. You can do certain things again. You just have to make sure that it's not too harsh for the hair. You have to make sure that in between the two colors that you're going to do, you protein the hair highly and heavily. Now, if you want, you can wrap the ends, but the two textures aren't going to look the same. The ends are going to look a little more artificial. That may be a problem for you. So you may want to just kind of stick with just using actual colors versus wrapping those ends. Trying to think, I've wrapped ends before, and you know what? They never really liked it, and I really didn't like it, to be honest. So I prefer more of a color. And even if you go to like my Facebook, I have some colors on there where you can still go back from those colors and change certain things. You just have to know how to lift the colors and do certain things without harming or putting harmful products and chemicals on the hair. And that's pretty much about it. 84 Latanya, you're locking soft, thin hair also. Your hair is going to take time. Your locks in the beginning will look like strings, and I wouldn't get frustrated. As your hair sheds into the lock, it will fill in. You may not have the same quantity amount, but your quality will still be the same. Um, there are ways that you can style those locks to make those locks look like you have a head full. There are certain pictures and certain things that I've done that people had like 17, and I still made it work. So you just have to know how to feel that inside, how to put it together, how to condense that hair and make it really, really, really big. Because I can think of one person, I did this little pull back, kind of globe looking ball on the back of this lady's head. Her hair was real long, but she had like this little thing here on the inside of that globe. It was, honestly, I put paper on the inside because she wanted a full head. She was wearing something where her back was out, her shoulders were broad. So to make a thin ponytail would have made her look like she was missing something, a whole lot of something. So I found a way to balance it out for her head, her shoulders, her whole frame, and make it look like something. And I put a little paper in there just for security, just so that it wouldn't fall. And I found a way to form it around that and made it work. So even with soft hair, just be creative and do it. Now I'm not telling y'all to go put paper and toilet tissue and all that kind of stuff in your hair. But I mean, hey, I guess I'm just the king of the nigger egg. um, Jamaica Lime Products, Red 812, you wanted to know about that. I I hate to say this, I don't like Jamaica Lime Products. I like that spray. That spray smells so good. I want to use it like air freshener sometime. But I don't like it for. I don't. Oh, and I like the spray for hair. Yes, I would use the oil spray for that. But the creams and the gels, mm-mm. That's a straight wax and a straight gel. Hair don't need that. It don't need to be held to that level. It does not need to be held to that extent or on that extreme level. It really doesn't. And tell me, because if it did, then once I started using the spray, it wouldn't have worked. If that was the case, and that hair is now being able to be hair, and it does not feel like it's forced to do something. It's more trained and uniform to do it and hold together versus just smash, go, and stay. You know, it's like sticking something in a hole that ain't supposed to go, and you mad when the shit pop back out. Not gonna go. So that's why I really don't like those products. Just my honest personal opinion. None of your damn business want to know about exercising or having lock extensions. The sweat is awesome for your lock extensions. It helps that hair and your hair mesh together. It gives that moisturization, kind of helps that hair slide and tangle and go and do all kind of little crazy stuff in there. And after a while, it pulls and it's locked. It's stuck. That's pretty much what a tangle is. In the process of it, the hair is just moving, going where it wants to, and after a while, it went into about 32 holes, and it can't get out. There you go. Simple as that. So yes, that works very, very well. I think that's fine. But the drawback to that, you can't shampoo too often. So you have to follow the balance. You have to really find the balance in that, because too much shampooing will start those locking systems to shift. And if they keep shifting to the ends of your hair, they will slide off so fast. You'll be so pissed. You'll be locking systems all the way on the outside, but cancer patient on the inside. Just mad. And you know, I will understand, but that's just what I've seen to happen over time. And even when I had some extensions, because I had them before, working, I was a beast. I would take off my little thing and all this right here, that would just be hurt. That's why I thought I was gonna need a pressing comb. It was so just gone. But I stuck with it. I dealt with it, and it actually worked out after a while. It just made me keep, you know, just on top of my edges non-stop. But I was on top of them too much because I kind of started snapping some stuff. But I lived and I learned. Curtis Walker, you're growing your hair, but a lot of what you're using is heavy. It's like really, really heavy. I saw that you were using the Afro Pride or the African Pride or something like that. But I've never seen them have a nice loose oil. So that could be why some of your growth could be stunning. That could be why some of your hair is like not holding to a certain extent, because that stuff is not giving your hair the room and the ability to do what it wants. It's just making it like, it's like you being on the ice skating ring with church shoes on. Every time you take a step, every time you do something, just slide. So with that oil, every time your hair tries to tangle, it slides right back out. Every time, you know, it's going to do something, that hair is going to make it just slide right back out. Every time it tries to move. So that could be a reason why some things are not happening, because you may have too many heavy products that are just coating the hair, filming the hair, and it's not allowing the hair to do what it's going to do. So let's try lightening those up a little bit, stepping back off of those, and you should be good. I don't see why you shouldn't. Caddy Kid, you asked what cream I use, and I tell anybody I use Talia Wajid. I ain't never met this chick, but I love her. Yes, Talia, I love you, because you are one of few, very few, actual people out there that is marketing a product for versatility, longevity, understanding. It's not just thick putty. It's lotion. It's available, and it works on any level of hair. I have some thick head people that have a hairline that go from the 3 centimeters above their eyebrows to right at their shoulder blade. I have seen them all, and I have never had a client come back and say, my hair it's not holding, and I don't know what you're doing, but it's just not working. That lotion is awesome. Although I add some creamer to it to make it just a little bit more creamier and looser, because I like for it to pick up on my comb. I can just flop it right back off. I don't want nothing to stick on my comb like a putty, nothing at all. It doesn't need that. That hair needs to be able to be itself. So that's why I use Talia Wajid Lock It Up. It's a little white cream, and it works marvelous for me. Now, I don't overdo it. If you look at other videos, you'll see that I just put a nice little amount on the tip of my comb, rub it in all the hairs around the little vicinity in which I'm working at the moment, and comb it through. So that means it's on there, but I comb it through, and I do not keep all of it on there. I take the excess off and move that somewhere else. I have a little bit that stay on my hands, so it's not just mass amount just being everywhere. It's just a small minute amount, making it spread and making it work. That's all you need. You'll see that none of my clients are coated, heavy, come from under the dryer, looking like anything. And I show you raw footage of them coming straight from the dryer, going to the dryer, coming straight from the shampoo bowl, at the shampoo bowl, after the style. I don't take my comb and be lifting up flakes and all of that because I don't have that issue. And if we have a big amount of that issue, I'm not just going to scrape those out and take you to the shampoo bowl. Let's see a doctor first. Let's critique that first. Let's get this scalp together because there's a reason that your scalp skin is dying to that level. And we need to figure out what's going to help you on that level. So there's a whole lot that I do and associate on that. My girl, Jalecia, how are you? I like you. You really take and you really move forward with your own integrity as well. A lot of the things you ask me, you say to me, I see that you do. You do them learning something from me, but also adding your own. I think that's awesome. But you wanted to know how I became a loctician. I started out working in a salon, no lies to you. We had Craftsman 2 sheds, 4 stations. We shared one shampoo bowl and it was like 8 of us. We had like 4 or 5 dryers. And I was challenged every day. Every single day. Because one, I was young. I was like 19. 2, just a little kid walking through here. Nobody took what I said. Nobody listened to me. Nobody was on my thing. What they would do is, me being a male and I'm working in a salon with a lot of females, a lot of things was emotionally driven. So people would come to me and say, you stealing my clients? You doing this, you doing that? You taking this, you taking that? And I was like, hell no, I'm not taking your stuff. I'm not bothering your stuff. What your stuff will do for me? So what I started to do is I started to live in my own world. I started seeing stuff. I started seeing what her client would complain about, and I would listen to what her client would complain about, and I would listen to what her client complained about, and I would associate all of those things together. Her client said she was too slow. Her client said she was late. Her client said her hair never stayed. Her other client said that he itching all the time. This other dude came in and said that his starter locks didn't hold, and the honey and crap that they were putting in it wasn't working. So that made me go out and say, if they're having all of these problems, hey, I can do something about that. So I started playing with different things and doing different things on my own. I went to regular cosmetology school to learn hair. I haven't seen a natural class yet in my whole entire career that offers natural hair understanding without saying buy my shit. I'm not saying buy my stuff. If you want it, you can have it, and it's only $10. I'm not trying to get rich off of it. I'm just here. What I'm saying is learn something. No one is saying how to trim, how to do these freedom cuts, how to maintain these locks, how to uphold these locks. Yes, I understand that the locks were started back when, and I understand what they were associated with, what they were known for, what people did for them, and all of those different things. Yes, I do understand that, but we have come a long way, and we can still wear those same desires and still have those same rituals and still have those same understandings and beliefs and still have our hair at the same time. So I saw that they weren't offering it. People were just winging it. They were taking forever. They were charging folks astronomical prices. Oh, the prices is just stupid that we feel like somebody should pay us. Why? Are you offering the same customer service? No. So, like, I just had to sit out and do something different. That's how I became who I was. I went to many classes, and I heard many people say many things. I stood before folks at their booths, at hair shows, and was like, that's bull. That's bull, and you need to stop telling these people that that's how it goes. Or I would, question what's going on. I would question what you were saying, and just because you can say, oh, I can spray this in my face. That's how natural it is. If I wanted to sell you a car with a toe-up engine, I could sell you a car with a toe-up engine. If you get where I'm coming from. So I can say anything to you to make you do what I think you should do. But I can show you something different and show you my results versus just trying to sell you dream or love. So how I became who I was seeing all of these things. Seeing how all of this goes. And seeing that still you had all of these people out here doing all of these things, but you had more people at home doing it themselves. You had more people on YouTube doing it for themselves. You had all of these wannabe big names and high rollers and big Benz drivers, big mansion havers. You know, they want to just be high and mighty and somebody know their name and know their face, but your clientele was minimal and you charged thousands for nothing. You had to take folks and say, pay me ahead of time, and even if you don't like it, you don't get your money back. You got folks signing consent forms. When did it get that serious? Seriously. Seriously. So me listening to all of this and seeing all of this, at the age of 26, I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I don't have to be in a natural salon just so you guys can see that I do natural hair. I work in a hair salon where people took out the time, the year or so, to go to school and learn the fundamentals of hair. I work in a salon where people actually educate their clients on their hair. Now that's one thing I do love about my coworkers. They educate every level. If you need this cut, this is why you need this cut. If you need this laid down, this is why you need this laid down. When you go home, if you want this to look this way, you can do this. I've even heard one of my coworkers say, your hair is thin. I know a way that you can make it look full. Once you leave here, tie your ends up here, tie your sides up, and sit in the shower. Don't get in it, but just sit in the restroom while the shower is going, and the hair would fill in. It would just, for some reason, I don't know what it does, the moisture, but it will fill in. And it worked. And I thought that was awesome because that client at that time did no longer feel bald-headed. She no longer felt like she didn't have any hair. She felt like somebody cared about her situation, that they gave her a way to make it work, and she was satisfied. That's a client. That's a long-term client. So seeing all of these things, and all the foes, and all of this stuff, especially crap like, I'm going to get used to the mildew. It's nuts, man. Why? What job can you go to, and your hair stink? But anyway, so seeing all of that is how I became who I am. I never took a lock class. I never sat up under anyone as an apprentice. I looked. I saw what you were doing across from me. I did this. I went to certain salons that people said was the head of the game, and I saw what they were doing. But ultimately, I heard what the people wanted. And what the people wanted and needed is what I offered, and that's what got me where I am. So I've seen that there aren't classes, and I saw that there weren't professionals out there, and I saw that everyone was in their bathroom making videos. No offense to anyone. I said, okay, here we go. I marketed a little bit, showing different things of what I can do, and after that, it took off. So this is my first step to offering everywhere, everyone, a level of the evolution of style. Things change, things have changed, they're different. You want to be a loctician, I'm showing you different ways to start, maintain, and uphold healthy, natural locks, hair, cuts, trims, colors, all of those things that I have found in time to work for me. I have no problem putting them out there because I'm not the only person out there that can do it. Hell, at times I can barely handle Houston by myself. So I know I can't make it everywhere else. but these videos can. So watch them, absorb them. I put them out there for that reason, so that becoming a great, healthy, professional loctician, natural hairstylist would actually work for you. Work for you in ways that you can just blow yourself up on many ways than just monetary. Learn something, achieve something, acquire something, have something. You have a question, ask that question. No question is dumb. You have something that you're thinking about, that you put together, the process that you've broken down or trying to understand, handle it. See where it goes. See what happens. You never ever know what's going to happen until you try it and see what's up. Um, Again, I went to cosmetology school. I know that there are a lot of people that did not go. I know there are a lot of people that just go get the little braider's license and say, okay, I'm a natural stylist and get in there. But that braiding class, 35 hours, they don't teach you hair, medulla oblongata, oxygen levels, what the hair is used for, how it works, the primary, the secondary, colors. They don't teach you all of that there. So it's a level of necessary. You need these things. You should have these things. This information should be acquired. It needs to be learned. It needs to be understood. So have that. Um, BC Green wants to know when to style. If your hair is thin and breaking, I wouldn't style. I wouldn't do too many styles. Styling is after you've done a good cleansing, good maintenance, retwist. The hair is healthy, it's dried, it's not just wet, unless you're going to do a braid or a curl, but it's dried fully and it's not twisted or styled too tight. That's when you would create your style. Um, Frost Flower, you were asking questions about the straight hair. On straight hair, like Hispanic, Caucasians, Panamanians, or anything of that sort, I don't use any products. None. You don't need it. You don't need it. Not at all. You are the best freeformers. Your hair forms best when it is more freely to itself because of the way that you shampoo, the way that you keep your hair. You keep your hair dry. So your hair is going to rock. Look at it split. So you should be good. Maintain that without any solutions, without any waxes, buildups, because that's gross and that will sit in your hair. And once it gets warm, it will just smell and run all the way through. So I leave those alone when it comes to you guys. And Mr. Music Geek, I'll tell you this: no gels, period. That's my philosophy. That's how I feel. No gels at all. No gels. No gels. No gels. No gels. The gel has certain things in it, but the breakdown of the gel is no good. I do not use gels. Sorry. So sorry. So that was pretty much all of my questions, all of my concerns, all of my thoughts. The questions that were asked of me from YouTube, thinking of different things that people are talking about in the salon, and wrap-ups and different things that I do daily. And I think that we've covered a lot here. I think that this should basically make your mind move. Hopefully it makes your mind move on a lot of levels. Listen to other people's questions, answers, thoughts, and what they were feeling, how they were going. A lot of other people's mistakes can help you improve on your prevention methods for your future, so that you don't have to go through some of the things that the other people went through. So take heed, make it work for you, do your thing. I'm about to go bowling, so I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.